Hey everybody, it's Professor Hatch, and I am talking about the research paper, the big ugly research paper at the end of the semester that you actually are going to start working on, I think in week eight or nine, something like that. You're going to be working on it slowly at first, but throughout the entire second half of the semester, so that by the time we get into the final weeks, um, hopefully you aren't overwhelmed by all of the various things you have to do. Excuse me. So what this assignment is it's actually pretty simple, but there's a lot to it. It's an involved essay that requires a bit of research, hence, the term research paper. You are going to identify a problem that exists within a community. The community can be, Riverside. It can be the United States. It can be global. Uh, I mean, if you're talking about, like say the environment on a global scale, that might be a massive topic that you might need to scale down a little bit. Maybe you want to talk about the environment in America or North America or, the Pacific Ocean. There's that giant floating island of plastic in the Pacific Ocean, right? So whatever it is, you want to identify a community. The community could also be something a little less geographical. It could be a community. I mean, it could literally be a problem that exists within your family. Although that seems a little personal, it also seems a little small. And I doubt anyone has written a bunch of scholarly peer-reviewed articles about your family's problems. So maybe that's a terrible example. Let's do a different example. A good example of a non-geographical community would be the community of, I don't know, cosplayers or, video gamers, uh, comic book enthusiasts, foodies, right? I know there's all kinds of different communities like that. I'll just literally, as an exercise, the communities I belong to, I am I'm a dude. I'm a white dude, a middle-aged dude. I'm a professor. I'm a comic book nerd. I'm a video game nerd. Hell, I tabletop role-playing game, D&D, that kind of stuff. Um, I live and die for the Marvel movies. I'm a dog owner. I'm a homeowner. I'm a former small business owner. The background's making my thumb disappear. I am an American. I'm a Californian. These are all off the top of my head. Really not a fan of cats. I don't know if that really counts as a community, but hey, whatever. Anyway, cats are fine. I'm allergic. Anyway, you get the idea. These are all possible communities I could write about and various problems. I don't know what problems really affect middle-aged white college professor dog owners, but maybe there's a big problem in that community, and maybe it's time someone addressed it. You get the idea. It can be a community physical location, or it can be a community, a more metaphorical community, a community of people. People who go to Disneyland every single week of their life wearing like biker jackets with their Disney motorcycle club or whatever that's all about. That's a thing if you're not familiar with it. Anyway, you get the idea. So you are going to identify a community first and foremost, and then you are going to identify a problem that exists within that community. Homelessness in Riverside, that's a possible example. And then once you've done those two things, you are going to propose 3 reasonable solutions. And by reasonable, I mean the solutions can't be something like people need to stop being dicks, or, like they can't be something that would require an act of God. It can't be something that requires Congress pass an amendment to the Constitution. I mean, there's been an amendment for the Equal Rights Amendment for equal pay for men and women. That has been floating around my entire life. I'm 54 years old. That's been around my entire life and has yet to be passed, which is both stupid and amazing. So you can't really have a solution that proposes an amendment to the Constitution. That's ridiculous. It can't be something where it has to be an act of God or an act of nature. And it can't be something that just absolutely is unrealistic, like people need to stop acting like dicks, because as long as there have been people, there have been dicks. As long as there are people, there will be dicks. The fact that there are just a bunch of dicks among us is just part of the human condition. So nothing will ever change that, which is sad, but also maybe a good idea to get used to, because I genuinely think if you get used to that idea, you'll have a happier life. We don't need to go into the philosophy of humankind right now. So you'll propose 3 reasonable solutions to whatever problem you've identified, and then finally you will choose from those 3 solutions which of them is the best solution. And it's that simple. What is the best solution? That's, entirely up to you. Why is the 3 solutions you propose, why is one of them better than another? It's again entirely up to you. Maybe it's because it's the most effective solution, or maybe it's because it's the cheapest solution, or maybe it's because it's the most easily implemented solution. I don't know. It's up to you to make the argument for why it's the best solution. That's part of the assignment. All right, so that's the assignment in a nutshell. And then let's look at the actual assignment page real quick. And again, I'm just going to go over this real quick. You are to write a formal academic essay, no first or second person, in which you identify one problem in a community, propose no less than 3 reasonable solutions to this problem, and finally argue in favor of one of those solutions. For the purposes of this assignment, the term problem is loosely defined as something that could be improved with some reasonable amount of organized effort. So it does not necessarily need to address something detrimental. However, it cannot be so large as to require an act of Congress, the President, Supreme Court, or amendment to the Constitution in order to accomplish. I just got done saying all this. Banned research topics for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is that there is a lot of bad information on all sides of these issues. Please do not write about the following topics: abortion, the criminalization or decriminalization of any substance, and gun control. Man, after the Roe v. Wade thing, I am very tempted to change that. But if you find a burning need to write about abortion, contact me and let's discuss it. And then I'm gonna make sure that you absolutely get your information from solid sources and not any BS news articles. Anyway, yeah, same with gun control. I don't think the criminalization or decriminalization of any substance is anything we need to talk about at this point. Weed's legal in California, and I don't know what's left to legalize. Crack, meth. I don't think that's ever going to happen, and I don't think there's a good reason for it. So anyway, yeah, if you really feel a burning need to talk about abortion or gun control, then let's talk. But for the time being, unless you feel a burning need, just stay away from those topics. So the procedure: this is a large assignment, and completing it will take several hours of research and several more hours of writing. The process of researching and writing this essay is entirely up to you, but one possible way of approaching this assignment is to break it into 3 stages. Stage 1 is to brainstorm some problems in a community. This could be your local community or a larger community you're part of or even just familiar with. Eventually, you'll have to narrow these problems down to just one problem in one community. Stage 2 is to research the problem and various solutions to it. Researching solutions may involve researching the nature of the problem. So this will very likely be the most time-consuming part of this project. To help you stay on track, there will be an annotated bibliography. There will actually be 2 annotated bibliographies to turn in as part of this research process. This will also allow you to change your research topic if you're having a difficult time finding solutions for the problem. Stage 3 is to organize your research into the formal academic essay described above. Identify a problem, propose 3 solutions, argue for one of those solutions above the others. Please use the essay template, which at this point you should be painfully familiar with. The requirements here are no less than 1,500 words. This is a longer assignment than you have written in the past, hence the big ugly research paper, right? It's going to work. Honestly, you only need 1 piece of evidence per body paragraph. I think you need something like maybe 7 body paragraphs minimum. It's honestly not going to be that much more than the essays you've written already. It's going to take a little bit more time. All of your sources, you have to have no less than 6 sources. All of them have to come from scholarly peer-reviewed academic journals. All of them have to come from scholarly peer-reviewed academic journals. That is going to really hurt your grade if you don't do that correctly. Your essay must include at least 1 body paragraph discussing your chosen problem, 1 body paragraph each for your 3 proposed solutions, and at least 1 body paragraph identifying the preferred solution that discusses the pros and cons of your solutions. Essay must be written in a formal academic tone. Thesis statement must specify all proposed solutions. This is your final written assignment, so it should reflect everything you've learned over the course of the semester. You know, excellent grammar, spelling, blah, 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 blah. Again, if those aren't your strong suits, use your spell check, use Grammarly, have someone at the Writing Center look it over. I say Writing Center, I mean WRC, but you get the idea. And the rest of this is all the standard stuff, and I'll let you read that whenever. So that is the assignment. I'm going to make another video for the outline part of this, where we will talk in a little more detail about my thoughts on how to organize this. I'm going to make another video showing you how to put together an annotated bibliography. Some of you will already be familiar with how to do that, others will not. And even those of you who are might not do it exactly the way I would like for this class. So watch all the videos. And I think that's everything I have to say. Same as always, I'm going to end this by saying text me on Remind with any questions. Hook up with me. There's got to be a better way to phrase that. Meet up with me on Zoom during my office hours. I apologize, my God. Meet up with me on Zoom during my office hours, or if that doesn't work for you and you still need to meet on Zoom, text me and remind, and we'll work out the scheduling to do that at some other time other than my office hours. I think that's everything I need to say. Part of me is really feeling like I should redo this entire video just because of that weird bit of phrasing at the very end, but I'm not going to because I'm tired. Bye.